Paranormal Activity. It's time for the truth behind the myths to reveal it.
It's all good fun for spooky cinematic scares. But what about in the real world? Between 1/3 and 1/2 of Americans believe in ghosts. And that belief motivates many to look for evidence of the paranormal. Despite the efforts of thousands of real-life ghost hunters over the past decade, the evidence for ghosts has not improved. Typically, the types of evidence offered for the paranormal fall into a few categories. First, let's see about personal experiences. Ghost hunters often report personal feelings and experiences like,
"I felt we were being watched. I felt like something didn't want us there."
They also describe, for example, getting goosebumps upon entering a room or panicking at some unseen presence. There's nothing wrong with personal experiences, but they are not evidence of anything other than that people scare themselves in dark, spooky places. Many ghost hunters and books on hauntings claim that ghosts can be photographed, appearing as round or oval white shapes called orbs in the images. Many things can create orbs, including insects, dust and flash reflections. Orbs may seem otherworldly because they appear only in photographs and are usually invisible to the naked eye. To those unaware of the real explanations, they can be spooky, but there is nothing paranormal about them. Also, we all know that Photoshop exists, right? If you think better, that the majority of the people that post these videos are trying to earn as much views they can by creating fake videos and earn money from the advertisements. Can science help us find something paranormal? Ghost investigators often use unscientific and unproven equipment and techniques in their search for spirits. Some use psychics to try and communicate with ghosts. Others use dowsing rods, which have never been scientifically proven to find anything including water and restless spirits. Still others, striving for some semblance of science, use high-tech devices such as electromagnetic field detectors and infrared cameras. These devices are commonly sold as ghost hunting gear, but there is no logical or scientific reason to use this equipment when looking for the paranormal. EMF detectors measure electromagnetic fields, not ghosts. Infrared cameras reveal the infrared spectrum, not ghosts. There is no evidence that ghosts have anything to do with electromagnetic fields, infrared images, ions, temperature drops, and whatever else they say about it. Most ghost hunters use handheld voice recorders in an attempt to capture a supposed ghost voice, or if often an investigator will hold the recorder while standing in the middle of a room and addressing the supposed spirit, or while walking around. He will later go back and review the recordings at high volume, listening for any faint murmurs, sounds or noises, which may be interpreted as ghost voices. For example, a ghost hunter may ask out loud, "If there's a spirit here, what's your name?" Often the investigator will get no answer at all. Other times, if the ghost hunters wait long enough, they'll hear some random sound that could be interpreted as a faint, mumbled name Mary, or maybe Terry, Kerry, Larry or Barry. As disembodied spirits, ghosts presumably do not have vocal cords, a tongue or a mouth that would allow them to speak. The problem is that microphones are very sensitive and may record anything from someone whispering in the next room, to wind blowing, to ordinary random sounds from the environment, or even sounds from the ghost hunters themselves. There is no mystery about what causes EVP, and it has nothing to do with ghosts. EVP are created by a well-understood psychological process called apopeia, which causes people to hear distinct sounds in random white noise patterns such as the background static in an audio recording, like hearing the doorbell or the telephone while one is in the shower. In the same way that the human brain allows us to recognize random patterns, like faces in clouds, our brains allow us to hear words and phrases and random sounds that aren't really there. In fact, IVs can be easily heard and induced in laboratory experiments. No ghosts required. So why is the evidence for ghosts so unimpressive? One possibility is that ghosts do exist, but that ghost hunters are simply not investigating the right way, using pseudoscience instead of real science and critical thinking. Another possibility is that ghosts and the paranormal do not exist, and that the evidence collected for them is simply the result of hoaxes. Honest mistakes, misperceptions, misunderstandings or money? Of course, the fact that ghost hunters have a spotless track record of complete failure does not mean that ghosts don't exist. All that evidence for paranormal activity might not be found tomorrow, on Halloween, or next year. You don't know if you don't look. Science is open to the possibility of ghosts, the paranormal, or anything else, but good evidence is needed. Until then, the only place ghost hunters are guaranteed to find the paranormal is in movie theaters. Thank you for watching this video and subscribe for more video that explain the truth behind the facts.